Hello friends, Department of Anatomy, PDU Medical College Rajkot welcomes you for the demonstration of the spleen. First we will discuss the dimension of the spleen. Spleen is 1 inch width, 3 inch broad, 5 inch long, 7 ounce or 200 gram in weight. Its upper border is parallel to the 9th rib and lower border is parallel to the 11th rib. Let's see the external features of the spleen. Spleen has 2 ends, 3 borders, 2 surfaces and 2 angles. First we will identify the hilum of the spleen. This structure, which looks with the peritoneal reflection, is the hilum of the spleen. Just below the hilum of the spleen, this border is the intermediate border. Above the hilum of the spleen, this border is the superior border. Generally, superior border is notched in the anterior part. This is the inferior border of the spleen. Let's look the surfaces of the spleen. This surface with variable concavity and hilum of the spleen is the visceral surface of the spleen, where we can see various impressions. This concave impression with the hilum of the spleen is the impression for the fundus of the stomach, also known as the gastric impression, which is between the intermediate border and superior border of the spleen. Between the intermediate border and inferior border of the spleen, this is the impression known as renal impression. It is related with the anterior surface of upper part of the left kidney. Anteriorly, here we can see this triangular impression. This is related with the splenic flexor or the left colic flexor of the colon. This is known as the colic impression. And between the hilum of the spleen and colic impression, this area is related with the tail of the pancreas. It is known as the pancreatic impression. As we know that tail of the pancreas contains the maximum number of islets of islets, which is responsible for the secretion of the insulin. So we should take care not to damage the tail of the pancreas while splenectomy. Now let's see the convex or costal surface of the spleen. This surface is directed towards the outer side and posteriorly. It is convex and related with the diaphragm. From inner to outer side, it is related with the diaphragm throughout the whole surface. In upper 1/3 area, it is related with the lower border of the left lung and pleura. In lower 2/3, it is related with the costodiaphragmatic recess, and outermost the 9th, 10th, 11th rib and 9th and 10th intercostal spaces are related with this costal surface. Now let's discuss the end. Spleen has two ends. One is the anterior or lateral end and second is the posterior or the medial end. This is the anterior end. It is comparatively broader. It is like a border between the superior and inferior border. It extends up to the mid-axillary line. This is the posterior end or the medial end of the spleen. It is like a convex and truncated part. It is situated 3.5 to 4 centimeter away from the midline or the spine of the 10th thoracic vertebrae. This is the superior border and this is the anterior end. Junction of the superior border and anterior end, this part is known as the anterolateral angle of the spleen. It is also known as clinical angle of the spleen because when the enlargement of spleen occurs, This is the part first to be felt. At the junction of the inferior border and anterior end, this part is known as posterolateral angle of the spleen. Let's revise what we have already learned. As we know that the spleen has two surfaces. This is the visceral surface and costal surface. It has three borders: superior border, intermediate border, inferior border. It has two ends: anterior or the lateral end, posterior or the medial end, anterolateral angle and posterolateral angle, and hilum of the spleen. In visceral surface, this is the gastric impression, renal impression, colic impression and pancreatic impression. We demonstrated you this typical spleen, but here are the other specimen also. First look their sizes and shape. You can understand well that there are extensive variation in the size as well as the shapes of the spleen. Like this, here you can see the notch in superior border, but in the spleen you cannot identify the notch in the superior border. You can also differentiate the size. This is a quite large, this is the quite small in size. Okay. So you may see any type of spleen, whether it may be the small or large. Quite rarely you may be able to see this type of typical looking spleen also, but just not to be confused, these all are the spleen. They have extensive variation in size as well as external features also. This is the sternal angle, which is attached to the second rib, by which we can count third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th and 12th rib. Now spleen is situated in the posterior part of the abdominal wall in left hypochondrium and epigastrium in such a manner that its upper border is parallel to the 9th rib, lower border is parallel to the 11th rib, its axis is in direction to the 10th rib, its anterior end or lateral extremity extends up to the mid-axillary line, and posterior end or the medial end is 3.5 to 4 centimeter away against the spinous process of the 10th thoracic vertebrae. So you can see that spleen is located in the abdominal cavity in such a manner that making 45-degree angle with the horizontal plane. Visceral surface is on the medial side and costal surface is on the lateral and the posterior side. We just saw the spleen located in the skeleton. In examination, you are asked to hold the spleen in anatomical position. You should hold like this. Spleen is located in posterior part of the abdominal wall so that its upper border is parallel to the 9th rib, lower border is parallel to the 11th rib and its axis is in the direction of the 10th rib. Its outer surface remains posteriorly and laterally, visceral surface anteriorly and medially. Spleen makes an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal plane in such a manner that its posterior end is 3.5 to 4 centimeter away against the 10th thoracic spinous process, while anterior or lateral end extends up to the mid-axillary line. This is how spleen is oriented in anatomical position in living person. So today we discuss about the dimension, external features and anatomical position of the spleen. Hope you have understood well.